Welcome to Connecting the Community podcast. I am your host, Marge Andre. I will be connecting you to people, organizations, and events that create community. I am creating this podcast in Richmond Hill, an eclectic and very culturally diverse community with lots of trees and streams and interesting people, just up the hill from Toronto. On this podcast, I will be talking with Alex Smith from the Independent Electricity System Operator, also known as IESO. The IESO is offering a program right now to income-eligible households. I really wanted to do a podcast with them because after looking at their flyer, I found I still had lots more questions. So we're going to have a conversation to learn more about this Energy Affordability program. Welcome, Alex.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad we found the time to do this. Alex, can you please introduce yourself and tell me a little more about IESO?
Yeah, happy to be here. I'm the supervisor of the community support programs at the Independent Electricity System Operator, or the ISO. Now, people may not be aware of the ISO. What our organization does is it operates Ontario's power grid 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, ensuring that Ontarians receive a reliable and cost-effective source of power when and where they need it. And through the Save On Energy program, the ISO offers initiatives and programs and incentives to help individuals and businesses use energy more wisely. My team is responsible for the design and the delivery of the Save On Energy's income eligible and First Nations energy efficiency programs, including the Energy Affordability program, which I'm very happy to be talking about here today with you.
Okay, well, that was quite impressive. Like, are you an electrical engineer, or what's your background?
That is, trying to explain my job to friends and neighbors is often difficult. I am not an engineer, but I'm fortunate that most people on my team are. So I get to work with a lot of engineers operating the electricity system here in Ontario.
Okay, yeah, just what qualifications do you need for that job? So, okay, you have to work with lots of engineers. It could be worse. So, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe the IESO is offering a program that will provide energy efficient products and services to lower income households. Is that correct? And can you expand on that?
Yeah, that is correct. The ISO offers programs like this one, the Energy Affordability Program, to help lower income households improve their energy efficiency and reduce energy costs. This program is delivered jointly by the IESO and Enbridge through their home winterproofing program, and is offered for free for income eligible Ontarian residents, with the goal to make beneficial upgrades to save costs, save energy, and create greater home comfort. And it's really that we, as Ontario, Enbridge, and ISO, we recognize that 1 in 3 Canadians are living in households with financial difficulties. And Save On Energy is looking to empower more Ontarians to save on their utility bills by participating in our programs.
Okay, yeah. This concept of energy
Mhm.
efficiency for lower income households is not something we really think about all the time. But uh, on the other hand, I've often heard the phrase, you heat or you eat. And I hear that often up in Minden area where my cottage is, and they just got 3 feet of snow. So
Yes.
yeah, it's people say it's too expensive to, you know, get a heat pump installed or even buying weather stripping. So if you're scraping by or just really watching what you spend your money on, because so many necessities are so expensive, you may not be able to get that new fridge or weather stripping. So before we have you explain what services and products are offered through this program, can you please explain how one qualifies? And it's not throughout all of Ontario, correct?
It is through all of Ontario, actually. So the
Okay.
ISO wants to reach all those households who might be struggling with the cost of things. And we do realize that many households out there may have to make difficult choices this winter. Unfortunately, it's a reality we're facing these days. This program is income based for all of Ontarians, and there are a number of different factors that can determine eligibility into the program. We have a comprehensive list of what those are on our website, which saveonenergy.ca, and we'll share the link. But I have a few examples I can provide. So if two people live in a home and their before tax income is below about a little over 60,000 a year or so, you may be eligible. If four people live in a home and their combined before tax income is less than about 90,000 a year, there's a good chance you can qualify as well. And that includes children. There are other programs that would qualify individuals for a free heat pump or for participation in the program, including the Ontario Disability Support Program or the Allowance for Seniors. Again, I think there's about 8 to 10 other government programs that would automatically qualify you for this program, but those are just a couple examples. So if you fall into any of these categories, there's a really good chance you'll qualify for the program.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yes, I'll put that
Mm,
website in the podcast notes. And I think
great.
I also encourage people to let their friends, maybe older relatives, people who are struggling, really know that there is this help available out there. So, yeah. Uh, Now, the program, it's not just for someone who owns their home, it's also for renters, and you don't need a single detached home, correct?
Correct. This program is for everyone in Ontario, whether you are a renter or a homeowner. I will say that if it is a rental, we do require the landlord's consent before we make any changes to the property. So that is an aspect of the program. But whether you're in a social housing, a co-op house, a single family home, you're renting, you're owning, you're eligible for the program.
Okay. And it's for like townhouses, single
Yep,
houses, any type of household. Okay, very good.
exactly.
Okay. And yeah, again, I'm really encouraging people to tell
Mhm.
others about this program because I can think of people who really should be looking into it. Okay. So, an energy advisor comes to the home. What qualifications does he or she have?
Yeah, if I can, I'll walk you through the process a bit for coming in. So the application starts with a call where a customer service representative, sorry, a call to our hotline or an email to us, and a customer service representative will screen to see if you're income qualified. Once it's confirmed that you qualified, an energy advisor will come to your home to see which measures you are eligible to receive for an upgrade. They will do an assessment of your lighting, your fridge, freezer, heating system to determine if you're eligible for a free heat pump, attic insulation, weather stripping, hot water heater insulation, and even a thermostat. And these individuals that we're sending in are certified energy advisors through Natural Resources Canada certification. They have a lot of experience in conducting these energy audits and assessments, and they've had specialized training for our program and really can help educate homeowners on opportunities to save energy in their home.
Okay, very good. So, different homes would receive different things.
Mhm.
Is there like a maximum what that you could receive?
There is no maximum, so that's great. A household could receive all the measures if that's what they are eligible for. And this is determined during that on site assessment with a certified energy auditor. Um, and it's important to note if you don't wish to have an upgrade installed, you're able to pass. So you may be eligible for a fridge, freezer, lighting, smart power bar, weather stripping, but it's all up to the participant of the program whether to opt to accept those or you can opt out. So there's no pressure or sales pitch as part of any of this.
Okay, that is good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, once one is verified to be eligible and they've had the home inspection, like, do they get how do they choose the new fridge or the weather stripping or the insulation?
Yeah, so the what we call basic measures will be installed during that initial site visit by the certified energy auditor. This would include things like light bulbs, water saving measures, drying racks, smart power bars. However, the more comprehensive upgrades, things like appliances, fridges, freezers, insulation, and heat pumps, are coordinated and scheduled separately for an installation date. You mentioned fridges and freezers. I know that's often a great aspect of our program. And if you do qualify for a fridge or a freezer replacement, we will provide one of the models available in our inventory. And while you're unable to choose the specific model, we will share a detailed specification sheet with you before replacing your current unit. This ensures that you have all the information about the replacement appliance before we proceed with the exchange. And for the appliances being replaced, we also ensure proper disposal of your existing inefficient fridge freezer appliance through our partners and delivery partners.
Okay, so you don't want it just taken down in the basement and used and continuing to zap up all the energy. So that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a program about saving electricity in Ontario and saving on your home utility bill. And so we do require that the old
Yeah.
appliances are decommissioned.
Okay, that makes
Mhm.
sense. Okay. And the weather stripping, I'm thinking if I qualified for weather stripping, please don't ask me to install weather stripping. I may not do it well.
Yes, you and me both, March.
Okay.
Yeah, the certified energy advisors, they'll complete the installation for weather stripping and any other draft proofing measures 100% free of charge. And that includes swapping out the appliances. So what we really need is people to, participate in the program,
Hmm.
provide your eligibility, and then open the door when we're there, and we'll take care of the rest.
Okay, very good. Now, I've read a lot about heat pumps, and I've heard there's an issue with getting a qualified contractor to install them. Like, how do you know if the contractor is qualified? And are there issues with there being enough people that can install heat pumps?
I'm really glad to hear you bring up heat pumps. So, Save On Energy is providing free cold climate air source heat pumps to income eligible Ontarian households that heat their home using electricity. So, that's a key part. So, these heat pumps can save up to 50% on the heating portion of your electricity bill and are designed to work all year round, even in Ontario's cold winters. The best part is they also dehumidify and filter your home and provide air conditioning in the summer. So it really is a great offer for those eligible. But to answer your question, we do work with several trusted and licensed contractors across Ontario. We have built a network so we can an installation can happen anywhere in the province. They have to follow code strictly when it comes to the installation process, and we ensure that they have their G2 gas license and hire an electrician if necessary, depending on the home's electricity panel. And every installation requires an ESA permit, which is followed throughout the entirety of the process. So it can be a challenge, but over the last few years, we've developed a network across the province that enables us to deliver this program.
Okay, that is good to hear. I have personal
Mhm.
experience with my husband installing the heat pump, and I don't want to hear anything more about heat pumps, okay? So, yeah, okay. It's a sore point with me. Okay. Um, Thinking about the program overall, how are you going to measure success?
Yeah, it's a great question. We measure success of the program by how effectively it reaches those who need it the most. The greater the participation, the more households that can benefit from the program, the closer we are to achieving our goal of making energy efficiency accessible to everyone who needs it. So it is difficult, and we're really trying to get out there and promote the program as much as we can.
Okay. So, yeah, I am concerned that some of the people who really could use this program won't know that it exists. So, we're doing the podcast, and I've seen the Save on Energy team at a few community events. How else are you spreading the word?
Yeah, it's important to note that the Save on Energy we don't endorse door to door sales, and only authorized delivery agents can deliver our programs, and they'll never show up to a home unannounced. We do this to avoid kind of any scam activity.
Mm.
We will never come to your house and ask for money and then providing the information and have people come to us either through our website, through email, or through telephone. And we do work closely with food banks, social housing organizations, and other community-based organizations to deliver and connect with people who may qualify for the program. These organizations often help provide information about the program, and we also conduct targeted advertising, email campaigns, local outreach, info sessions, trade shows, referrals, word of mouth, and programs like this to raise awareness. But there is a call to action for participants to find us, to come to our website or give us a call, and we'll take care of the rest.
Okay, so it sounds like you're busy And I do hope a lot of people will take advantage of it that need to, and also tell those who may be struggling that there is help available. And I'm going to put all the relevant links in the podcast notes, so no excuses for not getting in touch with you guys. And let's hope we all stay warm and have energy efficient households and save some money as well. So thank you for that. So it's tradition to end the podcast by asking the guests the same question. The question is, what do you really like about this community? And you could define community as quite broadly because I think you don't live in Richmond Hill.
That's correct. I'm not from Richmond Hill. I don't live there, nor have I spent a lot of time in the area. But in my younger years, I was fortunate to visit the Dunlap Observatory.
Hmm.
And I still remember that visit all these years later. It's funny. I actually didn't know it was in Richmond Hill at the time when I went to it. But coming back to this and thinking about Richmond Hill, I was that memory kind of sparked for me. So I have fond memories of that. So I'll say the Dunlap Observatory because that really stuck with me all these years later.
Okay. I like that answer. I was there just a couple of weeks ago for another
Oh,
great
great.
program. So
Yeah.
I encourage you to come back
Uh,
and see it again, not just when you're a child. So yeah,
yeah.
please.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alex, for taking the time to do this podcast. You certainly presented some very worthwhile information. So again, thanks.
Thank you. And thanks for taking the time to discuss the program with me. I'll put a last call out. If anyone listening wants to find out more, it's as simple as going to saveonenergy.ca or using Google to search Save on Energy. You can also call our call center at 1-844-770-3148. And thank you very much for having me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for listening. I would very much appreciate you sharing this podcast. Please tune in next week as we continue to explore the community. Consider emailing me at Marge, M-A-R-J, at margeandre.com. I welcome suggestions for podcast guests. Stay well, stay connected.